Red pill can be detrimental of a philosophy, of a way of a life, when it is based on a decision of fear, when it is based in hurt and in pain. Today, I'm going to be talking about this book, The Gentleman's Book of Enlightenment by Oheen Imara. There are a few passages in this book that outline red pill philosophy pretty well and that I'm going to be critiquing. So, red pill can be good. It can be good for improving ourselves, becoming better men, increasing our value, educating ourselves, working out. All these things are great. I love self-improvement, and I fully support it, and I am behind it. Where my critique comes in is that in this book, I have seen that a lot of the reasons this guy thinks the way he does and has established this philosophy in life is that he got his heart broken. Plain and simple, he chose a woman who he won over with material, external things, and she ended up seeking out other partners, being promiscuous, and abandoning a good life that he created for her. Now, a lot of what he talks about in this book, and a lot of the value that a man could bring to a relationship and a woman could bring to a relationship in his eyes, is that they're all external material things. And so, for this woman, she was young, she was naive. He basically took her off the streets, fixed her teeth, made her look real good, bought her a house, did all these things for her that were tangible, material things. He was financially successful. It sounded like he had options of different women he could choose. But he chose this girl, and he wanted to show her life, and eventually, over time, he got attached. And when he found out he was getting cheated on, he started to ask these questions. He started to ask this question of what value does she bring to this relationship? What could this woman offer me? And it doesn't sound like a healthy dynamic at all. So, basing a relationship on material things isn't going to be sustainable because they might not be there one day. Maybe other people could offer that. A relationship based on connection, on soul stuff, on internal, intrinsic, heart-to-heart communication, conversations, connections, that's what's going to make a relationship last. That's what is going to make a relationship fulfilling. And so, in this chapter, he's talking about this conversation of what can you offer me? This relationship, what can you offer me? And so, he says her response for you providing concrete tangibles is to offer you abstract beliefs. If you ask a woman what she brings to the table, she will answer you with things you are unable to quantify. She will say something like she could provide you with companionship, emotional support, or love. None of these things have any tangible or quantifiable value and are not based in guarantees. I think one of the most valuable things that a woman could offer is the companionship aspect, and being able to pick a loyal woman is valuable because a lot of the successful men that I've seen in my life do have a support system. They do have a woman just as strong as they are behind them. Presidents have a first lady. MLK had his wife. They're powerful leaders and influencers who have a support system in the form of a female companion. Now, like he says, you can't measure this. You can't measure something like that. It's a lot of this stuff. It's a lot of heart, and it's a lot of what we feel in the soul. And the way I like to put it is wind in my sails, morale. There are times where I'm doubting myself, or I feel like I can't do it, or I've just had a hard day, and I just need some quality time with my woman, and she is able to provide those things for me. I can't put a monetary value on that, But it's a beautiful thing when she could lift my spirits. And that's not just something women can offer. That's something a man could offer to a woman as well. And my main critique of Red Pill and of basically the philosophy outlined in this book is that he got his heart broken. He is making a decision out of pain, out of hurt. And he says, let's focus on the grind. Let's not focus on women. Let's not focus on doing that. And when I was in it, bro, when I was fully into Red Pill, I tended to isolate a lot. I tended to prioritize my time working out, reading, educating myself. All good things for my life, but missing a key component of human needs. And that's that we have social needs. We need connection in order to be happy, in order to have a sense of well-being, in order to have a sense of support in our lives. Because doing your grind, doing all this shit alone, being in your own little sphere of I'm making money and I'm making a better version of myself, to get a high quality woman is only going to leave you with the precedence of not being able to maintain a healthy relationship, not being an integrated part of a community. If you're just in your world, your own little world all the time. So I'll read the conclusion of this book for you guys. It says, the modern man must be responsible and develop routines that speak to his mental, physical, and financial health. We must be disciplined and focused to build generational wealth. We can no longer be distracted by things that produce no value, and we must avoid immediate gratification. We must understand the modern woman is a detriment to what we seek to accomplish. Generational wealth. Creating a better life for your kids. Working your ass off, saving money. It's a great thing. But saying that a woman is a detriment to this? Yes, we could generalize modern women and say maybe there are attributes of modern women that we're not the fondest of. That's okay. But we can't generalize all women into one sphere. If you want to create generational wealth, if you want to have generations that are going to be thriving, you need a woman to help you out with this. I mean, you could pay somebody, get artificially inseminated, but and raise your own kids with your own money, a one dad household, but that's not going to lead to good internal stuff for your kids. I think kids need a good, healthy parent dynamic to be raised well. You can't do all this stuff alone. A woman's not going to get in the way of you creating generations to come. She's going to be the catalyst to help you do that. And so a big issue I had with putting my head down into Red Pill philosophy and being on top of my shit, being on my grind, is that I had this idea that I was just going to bust my ass, make a lot of money, a lot of resources, and then I would be hot shit by the time I was 30, 35. And then I would get my optimal choice of women. But that's not how life works. We don't plan when we're going to have kids. Sometimes it just happens. We don't plan when we're going to fall in love either. It just happens. A lot of it's spiritual stuff. A lot of stuff that's not external, not measurable, not tangible. All right. So to finish the conclusion, he says, we must understand that the modern woman is a detriment to what we seek to accomplish. Chasing women in modern times is a fruitless venture. I could agree with that. I think promiscuous sex isn't good for anybody. It just leaves people feeling hurt. There's a temporary feeling of gratification, confidence, but again, it's external stuff. He says, focus on creating the best version of yourself to truly be happy. Creating the best version of yourself isn't something you could do alone. I've had challenging conversations with people recently where they've called me out on my shit. And I have to swallow my pride and apologize to people, because I wouldn't be able to figure this stuff on my own, being in my own little world, my own little subjective reality, without people on the outside telling me the bullshit that I'm doing, the behavioral patterns that aren't good for me. You need other people to be successful in life. Nothing amazing was created by somebody alone. Okay? People coming together is how we make amazing things, is how we become better people. There is the work you do on your own, but there's a lot of value in community. There's a lot of value into being open to the possibility of what a woman can offer you that isn't just something physical, that isn't just sex, that isn't just tangible, measurable stuff. Thank you guys for watching my video.